Good evening, everyone. This is LJ. Welcome to Spurs Chat. Galatasaray 3, Spurs 2. Well, that was eventful, wasn't it? Let's start with the lineup. Forster, Porro, Dragusin, Davies, Gray, Bergvall, Bissouma, Maddison, Johnson, Lancashire, Son. Bentancur, Kulu, Sart and Slanky came on in the second half. A few stats. Galatasaray had 28 shots to Spurs' 5, 10 on target, Spurs' 3, 53.90% for Galatasaray possession, 45.10%. Tottenham. Atkun 1 goal, Osimhen 2 goals, should have had more, and Lancashire replied for Spurs before getting sent off, and Solanke scored a lovely flick goal. Right. Let's start with the first 11. Surprised to see Forster in goal. Don't agree with Forster being in goal. I don't believe in resting goalkeepers. Good to see Gray in. Not good to see Gray in his favourite position again. Lancashire, good to see him start. I think he had 7 touches in the game before he got sent off. Bit of inexperience with the second yellow, which was born out of frustration. Anyway, I'm going to keep it quite short tonight because it's quite late. But what do I think of that? Well, the defence was shocking. I'd like to see the stats on the turnovers because I've never seen us giving the ball away that much. We knew before the game, we all knew how dangerous Galatasaray's front 3 is. And yet still mucked about a bit at the back. Tried to run it out of defence on numerous occasions and lost it. First half especially, midfield got completely run ragged. Bergvall, how he came out for that second half, I don't know. And I don't want to be too harsh on him, he's only 18. But for his own good, if anything else, he should have been taken off. Maddison tonight was one of the so-called leading players. Poor, absolutely poor. Tripped over his feet at one stage. Don't know what's happened to Maddison. He's a flair player, but to me he looks like I've got me moves in my big club. I've made it, and is thinking he's better than what he is. Terrific free kick the other day. He's got technical ability, but when things get tough, he gets going, in my opinion. You need your players, your experienced players like Maddison, Davies, Bissouma, Forster, Porro, to step up on nights like this. But I will say before I carry on that tonight, and we all make mistakes, tonight is down to Ange. Galatasaray aren't that good. He didn't respect him enough. However, I say that, but then another part of me says he threw the young players in tonight. So I'm trying to play devil's advocate here. He threw them in tonight and thought, let's throw these young ones in. See how they get on in a proper European test, in a proper European intimidating atmosphere. See how they get on. Well, people, you would have learned tonight that barring Archie Gray, they failed. Yes, Lancashire got his goal and didn't get a lot of service, but didn't seem that much up to it. Bergvall, he's nowhere near ready. Even when he's come on as a substitute in the Premier League, hasn't looked ready. Hopefully, in a couple of years' time, he will be. Archie Gray still makes mistakes in these positions, as I've said before in here, but you can tell he's ready. And tonight was the ideal opportunity, in my opinion, to put him in the middle. half time, I think that he should have taken off Bergvall for Sarr, taken off Maddison for Udogie, put Udogie at left back, and then said, right, Gray, there you go, you're in midfield. You got your double pivot of Basuma and Sarr to protect the defence. You go and have a game of your life, son. When he got into that final third tonight, once, the one occasion, set up the goal. Assist, didn't he? Lovely floated ball over to Johnson, lovely cut back, great goal. Easy, brilliant. That shows to me, and should show to Ange, what Gray's all about. I'm really hoping, because everyone has a poor game, we're only human. Yes, they get paid thousands of pounds, but they're still human. I'm really hoping that Dragusin had an absolute nightmare tonight, and that's his nightmare performance gone for this season, because he's going to be there for a couple of weeks at least, while Romero and Van der Ven are out. But he was poor. He was shocking again. I think he made one of the mistakes for the goal, dallying in possession again. I know Ange is going to keep saying, keep going for this my way, keep playing out from the back, keep playing out from the back, keep playing out from the back. There's certain times against certain teams you don't do that. And he was guilty of it. I felt for Basuma tonight. I thought his energy, his pressing, his tackling was great. But then when he won it in the box and around the box, he won the ball and then gave it away, trying to run it out of the back or pass it out of the back, because that's what Ange wants him to do. And taking off Son and Johnson, who didn't have great games, through no fault of their own, because there was no service. But if 3-1 down at half time, you've taken off your wide players and replaced them with midfielders, so I just don't get it. But as I say, I'm going to give it devil advocate, and Ange would have learned a lot tonight. And the young players like Bergvall and Lancashire would have learned a lot tonight. I'm hoping that he doesn't throw this same team in again at Ibrox, because even though Rangers are poor, it's still a dodgy atmosphere, and it's not happening. It's not happening. On the bright side, on the positive side, for me anyway, hopefully for Ange and all you Spurs fans out there, if we put our full team out, we're beating Galatasaray. We put our full team out, we're beating up Rangers at Ibrox. Because even with 10 men, Galatasaray got tired because their pressing was mental, wasn't it? Up to like the hour mark or 70th minute. And like I said, even with 10 men, they were getting tired. They were passing it out of play. The passes weren't going to each other. They got tired tracking back. And to be fair, even from minute one, their defence looked poor. And the second goal was great work from Porro down the right. Lovely flick from Solanke. But that was an easy goal. 2 easy goals, the Galatasaray manager. So they're not that great. So the positives are, we know when all our players are fit, and when, or hopefully when Ange puts his full team out, if we hopefully get through to the latter stage of this competition, I believe we can win this competition. I really do. He got away with it, Ange, by putting this team out in the other games. Yeah, we've won them all, but we've been lucky. Tonight, the luck ran out. So he's got to make a decision. And in my opinion, professional footballers can play Sunday, Thursday. There's no excuse for that. They can. I also have always been a firm believer in, especially in games like tonight, putting your strongest team out. Go 2, 3, 4 up, whatever. When you're in that comfortable position, then you introduce the younger players if you want them to have game time. But a few of them did look like, especially Bergvall, looked like a rabbit caught in the headlights tonight. He looked flicked to death. He's a very skillful player. Always seems to have time on the ball. But tonight, He didn't have that time. His passes were going astray, and he was chasing shadows, especially in that first half. And I think that Ange thought at half time, right, I've seen you in the middle. It's not happening, but I want to see more. So you would have said to him, look, you've got Biss now and Bentancur sitting there protecting. You go forward now and show me what you can do at this level offensively. Nothing. No fault of his own. He's 18, he's come from the Swedish league. It's such a massive jump, but Ange had to see for himself this level of competition, how these young players can handle it. And not in so many words, his after-match interview did say that. And it was good to see that he praised Gray. If he does put a few changes again against Rangers at Ibrox, let's see, please, Ange, let's see Gray in the midfield. Let's see. I keep saying it, but when he played for Leeds against Chelsea, with all their star-studded midfield, Gray was running the game. Have you not seen that, Ange? So give him a go. But I'm not too disappointed tonight. I'm not. Before the game, my boy said to me, what do you reckon, Dad? Looked at the team, looked at the front three of Galatasaray. I said, 4-0 Galatasaray. He said, you haven't got faith in your team, Dad. What's wrong with you today? I said, I haven't got faith in that team. But at half time, 3-1 down, what's the score going to be, Dad? And I said, if he makes the changes what I would have said, we'll win 4-3. But let's be honest, Galatasaray come out second half, within the first 5 minutes scored another 3 goals. What was it about our defence? And this defence, which we were praising the other day, you know, against Villa, when Dragos didn't have to come on for Romero with Davis, looked solid. Tonight, I don't think Davis had a brilliant game, but I don't think he had a really poor game. And I do feel sorry for Dragos because I don't think he's had as much time when he's played alongside the likes of Romero and Van der Ven. It's always been like with Davis and that. So they're going to give him time. But tonight was worrying for me going forward to the Ipswich game. But hopefully, let's pray that was just a one-off. We all, as I said, we all have them. I thought Son was off it tonight. Yes, he didn't get a lot of serves, like I said. Johnson, same, waiting for the ball to come to him instead of stepping to the ball when it was passed, robbed. Kulu actually done the same, does it quite a bit. I know he's been brilliant for us this season, but these are professional footballers. If someone passes you the ball and you know there's someone behind you, you don't wait for the ball to come to you to do your fancy turn. You go and get the ball, then you do your turn. It's not rocket science. There's a few things to work on. But yeah, as I said, the positives. And I'm not too downhearted about tonight. You've got to take the positive out of it. Ange has looked at the players. He's seen the players in a real, let's call it a real game. So he knows. 2 things a bit worrying for me. Sorry, 3. If we get an injury to Vicario, we're in trouble. If we get an injury to Solanke, we're in trouble. Because sometimes you don't realise how good someone is until they're not in the team. And even though we've been praising him for his pressing and his hold-up play, we didn't realise how good it was until the first half tonight. Solanke, when he wasn't there, we were getting rid of the ball or losing it. There was no hold-up play, was there? To allow, you know, to bring Son, to bring Johnson into the game. There was no, it was coming straight back. So that's worrying. And the third and final point, worrying point for me, is the window we've just had. The transfer window. Right, only Solanke went into the team, innit? But we were led to believe that Gray and Bergvall were ready, if needed, if called upon. They're not. So does that make our transfer window a failure, or is it just for the future? So to me, I think that's put an extra bit of pressure on the Spurs hierarchy for January's window, which is a notoriously quiet window. But let's just say, in January, let's just say, still in the Europa League, we beat Man United in the quarterfinals, right? You're still fighting on 4 fronts. This squad is not quite there yet. It's nearly there, but in my opinion, they need to go out and buy another goalkeeper. They need to buy, not urgently buy this season, another midfielder, but not urgently. They need a striker. My main focus would be in January, Eze. Go and get him. Can play on either flank, can play down the middle. So it would suit 3 positions. If someone's out on the left, bang, he's there. Someone's out on the right, bang, he's there. If Slank is out, bang him there. Well worth 60 million. And to be honest, I'd be quite happy if they went out and just bought Eze. They should have done it in the summer. Because I know Sonny set up a goal against Villa the other day with a terrific cross. But he didn't go down the byline. He seems to have lost a yard of pace. I don't know if that's his age or what, or the injuries, what he's been having. Johnson doesn't often beat a man. It's usually a slide rule ball through. What he's running onto is where he has his assists. So we need someone like Eze, especially, as I said, but if we're going to be still on fighting on 4 fronts. And you've got old Rich T. Arlison, because he's made of like a biscuit. He's injured all the time, mate. If the Saudis come in with a bid now, and you can get your money back, or even if they offer 40 million, get rid of him. And that 40 million could go to Eze. So tonight, it's not the end of the world. And we've seen the pros and we've seen the cons. So it's opened all our eyes, but let's hope it's opened Ange's eyes. And I think it has gone by his post-match thing. So we move on to Sunday. This is Spurs, so it's not a home banker. Let's go out, come out the traps early against Ipswich, and let's win this game convincingly and carry on this pretty good form we've been having. If results go our way, we could end up as high as 3rd. And it's the international break. If we're in the top 4 by the international break, I'll be well happy with that, and I think most of us would say that. But Europa League, still in our hands. It's all up to Ange now. As I said, there's no excuse from my point of view. They can't play Thursday and Sunday. So let's stop resting the goalkeeper. Gray's the only one that can start in these games. Hopefully in his right position next time. And let's move on in that cup and take it a little bit more seriously, because you've now seen first-hand, Ange, what levels all the players are at in that sort of game. But yeah, we're not knocked out of the cup. We're still well in charge of our own destiny, so all good on the Europa League front. If we can win against Ipswich, it's all good in the Premier League front. And we're doing all right. Prediction for Ipswich? It's really hard to say because how the defence were. But I'd like to say 3-0. I'd like to say 3-0. But you never know with Spurs, do you? Because every time that door of opportunity opens to put yourself in a good position, we seem to slam it shut ourselves. But let's hope that we'll be okay. What are your thoughts on tonight's game? Do you think that, and do you think about the January window? There's a need to get some more players in? And if so, who? Who do we need? Read out my sponsor, because I've got my mate Liam, who's proudly agreed to sponsor this channel. He owns Bear Plumbing, Heating and Tiling, who provide all services from boiler breakdowns and new installs, from dripping taps to full bathroom installs, and all types of tiling, small or large. He's based in Shefford in Hertfordshire. If you contact Liam on 07881 288 747 and quote the code LOU, that's LOU 007, you'll receive a 10% discount. Top man Liam is, and I'm forever grateful for him sponsoring this. We're still doing the Facebook lives after the game until this channel grows, so I would appreciate it if you could like and subscribe and share, so we can get this out there, and then I can start having guests on just like I do on the Facebook Live. Any questions or anything you think you want me to talk about? I've got 45 years of experience in this nut and pain from supporting Spurs, but once it's in you, innit? But yeah, let's not get too negative. I mean, I was looking over Twitter, or X, whatever you call it now, and there's so many people who jumping on the bandwagon. Ange out, Angie's this, and you know, if he'd have put that team out in the knockout stages of this cup, yes, I can understand it. But come on, let's just calm down a bit, yeah? He's learning, the younger players are learning, you know? So let's give him a bit of time. You know, still 9 wins in 12. We're not in a bad position. We're still involved in all 4 things, despite our inconsistencies. And let's keep trusting in Ange. Let's not, you know, jump on the bandwagon every time we have a poor result. Yes, tonight was poor, but it was nowhere near our full strength team. So let's just calm down a bit, you know, and just stick with him. That'll be it for now. Thanks for watching. As I said, please like and subscribe and share. I'd really appreciate it. Take care, everyone. God bless. Good night.